from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, June 6th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the break in temperatures, but we are back to 81 right now.
We sure are, and we're going to take a look at traffic here in a minute. But right now, Justin Horn is in on this Thursday morning.
Good morning to you guys, and we look at the positive side of things. That's Steph rubbing off on me here. We are going to be positive. The fact that the humidity is down a little bit and feels a little bit better this morning. We got down to 73. That is an improvement. Right now, 81. It is going to warm up and will likely be near triple digits again today, but at least the heat index won't be through the roof. Notice there's no wind. We've got calm winds at most of our locations. 82 New Braunfels, 73, very comfortable 73 in Bernie, and 76 right now in Kerrville. Here's a look at the air quality, and this is the other bit of good news. We swept some of that bad air out yesterday. There were some really unhealthy air as you get down towards the valley. That has all improved in here around San Antonio. We're just at moderate levels, and that is acceptable. That is good breathable air, so that looks good too. Our forecast today, noontime, 92. We'll make it up to around 100 or so today. There's the heat index. Look, 104 is still not fun to be outside in, but it is much better than the alternative that we've seen the last several days where heat indices were up and above 110. 99 at 6 o'clock, down to 97 at 7 p.m. And we'll see another comfortable, quote unquote, comfortable evening and comfortable morning tomorrow. We're going to talk much more about the heat this weekend and just a few weather headlines here. D-Day weather. We're going to look back at weather and its role in that, of course, on this day. And humidity, again, it feels just a little bit better out there. And North Texas versus us. I want to show you the difference in rainfall. We've been on the unlucky side of things. All that's coming up here in just a few minutes. But let's get over to RJ now. And how are things looking at this hour?
All right, Justin. Yeah, things are starting to get a little bit busy out there if you're about to step outside. As we take a look behind me, 1604 Northwest Military Highway, we have a crash which is backing up traffic pretty good here in this area on the far north side, northwest side of town. As we take a look at the eastbound lanes, we've had some emergency officials out here for some time now. Saw an SAPD cruiser out there a little while ago, and obviously some folks there from TxDOT. So we're going to go to our maps here in just a little bit and kind of give you an idea of some of the backup that we're seeing in this area. Again, 1604 eastbound Northwest Military Highway, and we see that we are seeing some pretty good backup here going past Lock Hill, Selma, and even a little bit of delays here going all the way to I-10 and 1604. So something that we will continue to keep an eye on. Again, officials have been out there for about 20 minutes or so. Want to let you know about this other incident on the far east side of town. We had a crash being reported at I-10 East at 1604. This is going to be right there a little bit past FM 1516, and so for all of our drivers coming in from Foster Road headed out to I-10 East at 1604, we are seeing some pretty good backups in that area there as well. So again, biggest thing we're seeing 1604 East Northwest Military Highway on the northwest side of town, and then of course that situation there I-10 East at 1604 on the far east side. One more quick look at our TransGuide traffic cameras. 281 Borgfield Drive traffic moving pretty good in parts of the north side of town. 281 at Oak Creek, same situation there as well. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
Today marks 80 years since Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy in what would liberate France and be pivotal in defeating Adolf Hitler and the Nazis in World War II. Among the world leaders in France today to reflect on D-Day is President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden. Normandy is also hosting world leaders and survivors from that day who now range in age between 96 and 107 years old.
It is only a week into June, and it's already had its fair share of rough weather. Millions on the West Coast are literally going to be sweating it out due to a heat dome. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, a severe storm brought havoc near the nation's capital in the form of a tornado.
The Boeing Starliner spacecraft that was launched yesterday is expected to dock at the International Space Station midday today. This is the first manned test flight of the 15-foot wide capsule. NASA and Boeing are also keeping an eye on 2 helium leaks on Starliner, but it's unclear what the impact of those leaks will be.
Outgoing Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun will testify before the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations later this month. The hearing comes after a whistleblower testified about quality control issues. Boeing is already under scrutiny for its handling of 2 fatal 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 2019. And earlier this year, a panel blew off the side of an Alaska Airlines Boeing jet just after takeoff.
The FDA's vaccine advisors agreed to ask manufacturers to update the COVID vaccine formula to address the JN1 variant. This variant and its 2 descendants are the most common versions of the virus circulating now. Last fall and winter, COVID was responsible for 500,000 hospitalizations and 40,000 deaths. Those most likely to get seriously ill or die were unvaccinated.
More data released yesterday highlighting the U.S. labor market is cooling. Private sector employees added an estimated 152,000 jobs in May, well below economists' expectations. It's also a large pullback from the 188,000 jobs added in April. However, the report from payroll processor, ADP, doesn't always correlate with a closely watched monthly jobs report, which is due out tomorrow.
Walmart announced it will start paying bonuses to hourly workers at its U.S. stores. The move will boost annual wages for about 700,000 part-time and full-time employees by up to $1,000. Bonuses will be tied to store performance and available to staff who have been with the company for at least a year.
YouTube is changing its policies about firearm videos in an effort to keep potentially dangerous content from reaching underage users. The video sharing platform said it will prohibit any videos demonstrating how to remove firearm safety devices and videos showing homemade guns, automatic weapons, and certain firearm accessories like silencers. The changes take effect on June 18th.
Google Maps is changing the way it handles your location data. Instead of backing up your data to the cloud, Google will now store it locally on your device. The transition means you'll no longer be able to access your timeline from the web. Google says users have until December 1st to save all travels to their mobile device before it starts deleting old data. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Now to a story trending online, redemption for a fired Bexar County Sheriff's lieutenant who posted pictures of herself and videos near the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th riots.
Well, in her first public comments to KSAT since settling with the county for nearly $400,000, Roxanne Mathai says Sheriff Javier Salazar let politics get in the way of logic.
It just shows a very low intelligence level on his part. I'm not saying that to be ugly. I'm saying that because it's the truth.
KSAT investigates' Dylan Collier tells us about the fallout and the potential impact of the suit.
More than 3 years after January 6, 2021, Roxanne Mathai still contends she was unaware of the full-scale mayhem taking place in front of her as she walked near the U.S. Capitol.
I felt the need to actually disclose that when I said we're going in, because I meant closer to the crowd. I wanted to see things.
Mathai, who was never criminally charged, had traveled to Washington, D.C. to support then outgoing President Donald Trump at a rally.
You'll never take back our country with weakness.
Dressed in red, white, and blue superhero attire, she had no idea the decision to walk behind the crowd approaching the Capitol building would halt her detention officer career. A day after the riot, Sheriff Javier Salazar condemned Mathai.
My intent right now is that she never sets foot in this building again.
Months later, he fired her. And during her appeal before an arbitrator that August, testified that people at the Capitol were actively trying to hunt down and lynch members of Congress.
When I reviewed the case, I got the sense that there was some serious liability the county was facing based on Javier Salazar's comments.
After the arbitrator upheld Mathai's firing, Mark Anthony Sanchez took the case to federal court, formally accusing Salazar and the county in late 2022 of violating Mathai's First Amendment rights and alleging retaliatory discharge.
He has no sense, no clue about how to respect the First Amendment rights of employees who are on their own time and participating in political activities for their own personal positions and values.
Sanchez points to this back and forth with Salazar during the sheriff's deposition late last year. After Sanchez asked the sheriff if he believed Mathai was a terrorist, the sheriff answered, quote, "I believe it." Asked a second time, the sheriff responded, "Yes."
I would love for him to sit across from me at a table and please tell me how I am a terrorist.
Mathai said she believes the sheriff moved to terminate her because her conservative political beliefs run opposite of his.
Salazar's not really for law enforcement like people believe he is.
Sanchez called the $395,000 settlement significant and a beacon of hope for people who feel their rights to free speech have been trampled on.
Days after the county acknowledged the settlement publicly, the assistant district attorney who fought to get it dismissed, Susan Bowen, saw her 32-year tenure with the DA's office come to an end. District Attorney Joe Gonzalez called it a personnel decision and refused to say if her exit was related to her handling of the Mathai case, but acknowledged Bowen's departure may be headed to litigation of its own.
Because there are certain things that the media doesn't have a right to know, and there are certain things that at some point the public will have the right to know.
Tear gas don't bother me.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
KSAT could find no record that Bowen was accused of any professional misconduct. Sheriff Salazar declined a request to sit down for an interview for this story. He instead referred us to previous comments in which he said the decision to settle was made outside of BCSO and that he stands by his decision to terminate Mathai.
Meanwhile, the former lieutenant is eligible to reapply to the sheriff's office, but says she's focused on getting her peace officer's license and running for sheriff against Salazar in 4 years if he is reelected in November.
9:09, 80 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Well, it was a tough loss last weekend for the Brahmas, but now they have a chance at redemption and a chance to play for the UFL championship. Later in the show, David Sears and RJ will be speaking with head coach Wade Phillips after this weekend's XFL conference game.
And in the NFL, the Cowboys and Texans are wrapping up mini camps, and we have both teams covered. Mary Rominger and Nick Mantis tell us how both teams are preparing for this coming season, coming up in a few minutes.
Look out there with live cam. It's been a nice break this morning. We were in the 70s, and even now I just stepped outside and not bad out there, Justin.
The lack of humidity, I mean, there's still humidity, but it's just a little bit lower. That is what makes the difference. And small victories, that's what we're taking here with this forecast, because it is going to be hot going into the weekend. Of course, it is D-Day, guys, or the anniversary of D-Day. And I want to do a little bit of trivia with you here. What weather factor was most important during the Allied invasion of Normandy? Do you think it was the moon phase, the low or high tide, calm winds, or all of the above? What do you think?
I'm going to go with all of the above.
All of the above. Okay, Mark, what do you think?
I'm going to go with tides, B.
Okay. Well, you're not wrong, but it is actually D, all of the above.
Okay.
Yes, a lot played into their decision to go into Normandy on June 6th. Dwight D. Eisenhower originally chose June 5th, but canceled after consulting meteorologists. So weather did play a big role here. And if you want to learn more about that, meteorologist Sarah Spivey has a great article on how weather played a role in D-Day. You can use that QR code to get over to the article or visit KSAT.com. And as we go outside for you right now, 81 in San Antonio. 82 New Braunfels, 77 in Bernie, and Kerrville 78. So still some 70s out there. Again, that lower humidity allowed us to get cooler this morning. We were down to 73 for at least a little while here in San Antonio, and it felt pretty nice. The satellite picture shows we've got clear skies here over town, but you go west and we do have a deck of clouds starting to show up around Uvalde, Eagle Pass, Del Rio, Cotulla. This should go away pretty quickly, and I think San Antonio will see sunny skies throughout the day. Here's where we end up, 100 this afternoon. We didn't get there yesterday. That outflow battery helped us, but we return back to the triple digits again this afternoon. Some places like Sabinal, maybe as high as 102, 101 in Hondo. But the heat index values should not get out of control because, again, humidity is just a little bit lower. And this is our friend, the heat high. This is the upper level winds that we're looking at here. And the heat high is back, and it's here to stay at least for a couple days. It's almost going to be directly over us tomorrow into Saturday. And that's when I think we see our hottest temperatures. And then by early next week, it starts to scoot out of the way just a little bit. Maybe just enough to open the door for a few showers and storms Monday into Tuesday. At this point, it doesn't look incredibly promising for rain. But every little chance, we'll take it at this point. and there is a very small opportunity for some showers and storms. I want to show you the stark difference between the rainfall they've seen up across North Texas and what we've seen here. This is the rainfall over the past 7 days in Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, Tyler. This corridor here has just been inundated with rain, close to 7 inches or above in some cases, and that has caused flooding. They're very soggy up there, and I've seen a lot of people on social media up there saying, hey, we're tired of the rain. Well, it would be nice if they could share it with us, because we have a trace, and you see most of our area has seen little, if any, rainfall. So it's all been centered up there across Northeast Texas. It's just luck of the draw. There's no rhyme or reason to that. That's where they've had those storm systems come through. But as I said, we'll have an opportunity to at least get a little bit of rain as we get into early next week. 101 tomorrow, 101 Saturday, 101 Sunday, and then we start to add in those 20% chances of rain Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But yeah, if you have any friends up across North Texas, you've probably heard them not complaining, but remarking about the fact that it has been very wet up there.
Yes, they've had to deal with a lot of rain.
Yes, hardly seems fair, but just is what it is.
It's like I saw, well, I wouldn't call it rain. I saw like maybe drizzle for a few minutes yesterday, about 11:30.
There was like 7 drops total, just enough to mess up your car. So today's a good day to go get the car washed.
Yeah, but it was refreshing, you know, those few drops and then
for 30 seconds.
Yeah, and the cloud cover that came with it. Yeah.
Yep.
Time now 9:17, 80 degrees.
Well, coming up next, a look at minicamp for the Cowboys and the Texans as they get ready for a new season.
We are just about to start the NBA Finals, but the NFL still getting a truckload of attention. The Cowboys and Texans holding minicamps this week.
Right, David Sears is here with all of our sports headlines.
Yeah, you know, there's always a lot of buzz in the offseason about the Cowboys, who's going to show up, who's not going to show up, who's going to get paid, who's not going to get paid. See, the drama continues. You don't need just a season. So it's the usual offseason for the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys have wrapped up the on-field part of team's mandatory minicamp as they get ready for team activities later today. The next time we're going to see them will be in late July for training camp in Oxnard. Beautiful Oxnard, cool, crisp, clean Oxnard, California. Mary Rominger spent the last 2 days at the Star in Frisco, and she has more to see if there are some answers to a lot of those questions about the Cowboys.
In Dak Prescott's story arc, the 2023 regular season will be remembered as the year the Dallas quarterback proved himself as a top QB in the NFL. And according to head coach Mike McCarthy, Dak is having an even better offseason this year than last year. Here's why.
My focus is always getting better overall in every way that I can. Mike's comments are a result of us doing that from the time this offseason began. Before it began with the team activities, us guys getting together to really the growth, I guess you can say, in my play and the jump I'm making is the second year in his offense as well, is being more comfortable right with the footwork. Guys, the receivers around me, their second year in it, they're more comfortable, they're more confident. Things are just faster off the line from the huddle through the play to the scramble drill when a play doesn't work. Everybody understands, I guess you can say, and it's just making the communication, my approach, and just allowing me obviously to play with more confidence.
Well, we're now 2 days into mandatory minicamp. Prescott doesn't have his trusted wideout, CeeDee Lamb, in attendance as he works out a contract extension with the team. But Dak says he's still making great progress with the rest of the offense. From Frisco, Mary Rominger, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thank you, Mary. Now, if he can just have a better postseason than his offseason, it'll make a lot of Cowboy fans happy. All right, some down I-45 to Houston. The Texans are getting ready for the next season after their minicamp. The Texans made some big moves in the offseason, bringing in free agents on both sides of the ball. Nick Mantis was there, and the defensive line was a focal point of practice.
Oh, this defense is going to be nasty, guys. The focus was definitely on how skilled they're going to be with offseason additions of veterans like Danico Autry and Danielle Hunter. But one of the young guys, Will Anderson, told us why he's taking more of a leadership role with the Texans defense this year.
my thing from like last year was just like, I'm just trying to get in the system, just trying to, you know, maneuver my way around. And this year, I just feel like it would be selfish of me not to give back. You know what I'm saying? And I know what the standard is here. I know what the expectation is here. So I'm going to do my best to try to uplift guys and bring guys to that culture and have fun doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's my biggest thing. Like flying around, having fun and connecting with guys is just something that I think kind of comes natural to me, and I really enjoy it because those are the guys you're going out there and balling with, so it's special.
Will knows it all, man. He knows the defense. He helps me out learning the system. You know what I mean? He's a good guy, good kid. You know what I mean? So just being around Will, you know, I look forward to playing with him.
I'm very impressed by Will. Technically, he's still a rookie, but it doesn't seem like he's a rookie. I mean, it feels like he's like in year 4 or 5 or 6. You know, he always holds himself accountable. He's trying to learn from me everything that he could possibly learn as a football player, as a defensive end. You don't see that a lot this day in playing football, so I'm really impressed by that.
Well, that's going to be fun to see how this defense continues to gel as we get closer to the kickoff of the regular season on September 8th. From NRG Stadium, Nick Mantis, back to you guys.
You know, the Cowboys the Texans made a ton of moves. Everybody wants to come play in Texas now because of C.J. Stroud and Miko Ryans and what they did last year. So they've got a lot of guys. So not just the defense, but the offense is improving. So we'll see how that turns out.
Houston definitely on the radar again this year.
And, of course, Dallas has the Cowboys, Houston has the Texans, and San Antonio has the Brahmas. And the Brahmas are in the playoffs. So we're going to talk to the head coach here and coming up in the next half hour. So
fantastic.
Phillips is going to join us. So.
Thank you, David. Right now, 9:25, 80 degrees. There is more ahead on DMSA at 9.
Including what David was just talking about. We're going to chat with him about the Brahmas head coach Wade Phillips about this weekend's XFL conference game against the St. Louis Battlehawks.
But before that, Tiffany Huerta shows us how the San Antonio Food Bank's garden at Mission San Juan is providing fruits and veggies it needs to keep feeding struggling families in our city.
And as we head to break, you see this big back up at I-10 Escondido. This is a crash happened over there. We're going to be checking in with RJ Marcus about this situation.
It's at I-10 eastbound. Let's just say 1604 in East Bexar County. The eastbound lanes of 10 are completely closed due to a major accident, and it's slowing on the other side too. But we see those backups there at that fairly new camera at 10 at Escondido.
9:29 right now, and we have got a big mess here on the far east side of town. Take a look behind me here at our TransGuide traffic camera. This is our shot there, I-10 eastbound at Escondido Creek. This is going to be right before you get to the I-10 East 1604 interchange on the east side of town. And what we're being told right now is that all the main lanes of I-10 East right before you get to 1604 and even a little bit past it have been shut down due to some type of crash. So I'm still trying to get some details on exactly what happened. Right now, TransGuide thinks it may have been an 18-wheeler, but again, still trying to get a little bit more information on that. Now, there aren't very many cameras in this area, so that's leading to some of the delays that we're seeing in terms of getting some information from our TransGuide traffic cameras. Want to show you our map real quick and give you an indication of the stretch that we're looking at here. So real quick, right now our traffic system is having a little bit of a issue putting in the data when it comes to the backups that we're seeing, but I can basically tell you, and you just saw on that TransGuide traffic shot, that basically everything from like FM 18 all the way past 1604, I-10 right there east to FM 1516, that is all blocked right now. So that's what TxDOT's indicating right now on their website. And again, our traffic system going to have to refresh this here in just a bit. So basically anywhere from FM 1518 to FM 1516 has been shut down. I-10 east at 1604. And again, we're still gathering more details on this. And if we have any more information, we will relay that to you here in just a bit. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Now, big backup, right? Thank you, RJ. San Antonio Food Bank grows fruits and vegetables year-round at a historic farm at Mission San Juan. It's also helping educate people about food and how it's grown.
Well, Tiffany Huerta tells us more about the crops and the produce distributed to communities across the city.
Every single one of these plants represents a family, represents a story.
It's more than just a field of nopales. It's filled with culture and memories.
Different families brought their favorite paddles, ones that their abuela or their cousin really loved. We rooted those over the winter and we planted them here.
Over 200 nopales were planted here.
To have them all here together really shows the diversity and the resilience of the city.
Mitch Hagney works at this 50-acre farm at Mission San Juan, where visitors can explore native and modern crops.
These ones are really pretty. They're like darker red.
Hagney is the director of food sustainability at the San Antonio Food Bank and shared some of the farm's rich history.
So you mentioned that for almost 300 years, people have been getting food here.
Yes, yeah. The farmland around Mission San Juan is really great. It's good soil, but also it has access to the river here. And so the reason why the missions are where they are is because they had access to both good soil and good water.
Today, the acequia, or irrigation ditch, continues to play an important role at the farm.
So this is a perfect example of new irrigation and the old way of doing things.
So when we want to water the Spanish colonial demonstration farm, we will put a board in here. Once the water is blocked, then the water level will rise. Once it's high enough, we'll actually remove these boards and allow the water to flow that way, to flood those channels and get the crops the water they need.
This area, called the Spanish Colonial Demonstration Farm, allows visitors to learn more about the past.
These rows we actually use to do flood irrigation instead of using any modern technology like drip line or pumps. And we try to grow very traditional crops here. So you see things like onions, you see borage, there's squash, there's actually sorghum. Oftentimes we'll grow corn in the background. We're really trying to demonstrate what agriculture looked like when the Spanish was at its peak several hundred years ago.
The San Antonio Food Bank manages the farmland.
The mission of this farm is to demonstrate resilient agriculture in our region.
It entered a partnership with the National Park Service in 2016.
And over that time, we've started cultivating more and more fields.
Hagney has been farming with the food bank for several years. And he took us around the different sections of the farm, including this peach orchard.
We've been harvesting these for the last month and a half or so.
And here, 500 fig trees were put in by volunteers.
So we have like 8 or 9 full-time nutritionists on staff that as crops like this come out, they actually teach it in the classrooms. They teach people how to use them. We're also growing things like sunflowers that can produce really good oils.
Looking ahead in the future, what do you hope happens here?
We want to keep getting better and better at cultivating. We're always improving our techniques, figuring out which crops are going to do a little bit better than others. And there's a lot of crops that we want to experiment with.
Yeah, peaches and eggplant, some of those shots too. That was Tiffany Huertas reporting. Now, Hagney says the nopales are an amazing crop in Texas summer conditions and extremely nutritious.
So he invites people to visit the farm and to learn more, and there are many volunteer opportunities as well.
Outside with Live Camp, been unseasonably hot early this summer season. How are things looking here and in the rest of the country, Justin?
Well, right now we're in the low 80s here in San Antonio, but we're not the only ones dealing with this extreme heat. That heat dome, I think you guys talked a little bit about it earlier, extends all the way out to the desert southwest. Look at the numbers right now in Phoenix and Las Vegas, low 90s. And they're going to be well into the triple digits today. Now, look, they're pretty used to that, but this is still a little early in the year for that. You go up into parts of Montana and Wyoming, that's where the good stuff is. 55 in Billings, it's 54 right now in Seattle. A lot of the cool air is still bottled up there across the northern tier states. Here in Texas, it's going to be another hot, somewhat humid day. We saw dew points fall a little bit yesterday. Fell enough this morning to where we managed to get down to 73 here in San Antonio. Dew points are starting to climb a little bit more. It's not going to be as humid as it was a couple days ago, but still enough there to generate some heat indices, probably up around 103, 104 this afternoon with a high temperature close to 100 here in San Antonio. Sunny skies all day long, and we're going to see a lot of sun over the weekend too. Coming up, we're going to look down towards the coast if you're heading down there, what it looks like over the weekend and what temperatures you can expect down there. That's coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Well, the Brahmas are back in St. Louis for a conference championship showdown.
San Antonio looking to win this week and advance to the United Football League championship game. David is back with RJ and a special guest.
That's right, David.
Joining us now, the head coach of the Brahmas, Wade Phillips. Coach, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this ball game.
All right, so you've been in this situation throughout your career many, many times, headed into the playoffs. Of course, you're coming off a lot. I got to give you guys some credit, though. You guys fight till the very end in every game you've been in. How does that, even if with a loss, there's got to be a little momentum going into playoffs. So how do you approach this game this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's a conference championship. We want to bring that. We want to win that for ourselves, but also for all of our great fans at San Antonio and be the conference champ. So we got a lot to play for, and we're looking forward to it.
Coach, I know that you're a defensive guy. You like to hang your hat on the defensive end, and it seems like really throughout the entire season, your defense has definitely been coming through in some key moments, especially leading to some of that rally there. What are you seeing out of the defensive side of the ball that can get you guys ready for what's going to be a very fun atmosphere out there in St. Louis?
Yeah, our defense led the league in every category except one this season. So we had a tremendous year defensively. And we got better and better as the year went along. The last two games, I thought, against the top caliber team, beating Birmingham, who hadn't lost a game in 2 years, and then really right down to the last play against St. Louis. So we've got a great group. Our special teams and offense too are really good. So we're looking forward to this game. We have about 5 guys or 6 guys, hopefully, that didn't play in the last game will play in this game.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the offense. Talk about the offense a little bit. You've played a couple of quarterbacks the last few games. How do you settle in on this one with maybe one quarterback, or are you looking to have to maybe use 2? What's the outlook on that situation?
Yeah, we're still practicing on that. Chase Garber obviously came back, but he got hurt in the game again, so that bothers me a little bit, and we're trying to work through that in practice and see where we are quarterback-wise.
Yeah, Coach, and it feels like, you know what, the Brahmas and the Battlehawks, you guys have been on this somewhat of a collision course here for the XFL Conference Championship. Just kind of describe what that atmosphere was like playing in St. Louis. Obviously, you two franchises, 2 of the top attendance teams in the entire league. And what do you think for the fans that are going to be watching this game on TV? What should they expect to watch?
Yeah, it should be another great game. Again, we expect to come out on the top end this time, but and I think we will. I think we've really practiced really well this week. We're looking forward to the ball game, and I think we'll play our best.
All right, Coach, here's my major concern. You get your offense, your defense, your special teams, but I'm worried about the communication you have in the helmets. Did they get that thing fixed? Are you going to be able to communicate with your quarterback?
The league is adding another communication helmets for the playoffs, so that should help us, or that will help us.
I hope so, because it's going to be loud in that place in St. Louis. So I hope, you know.
It is, and certainly, Coach. And real quick, Coach, obviously you had 2 players from the roster make the All-UFL team. Just talk about those guys and what they've meant to the Brahmas this year.
Yeah, Devontae Beckett is top of the league in tackles all year. Although Jordan Mosley, who wouldn't even led the league the whole year, wasn't even nominated, but Devontae had a great year, and then Noel Lavallo, our offensive guard, didn't give up a sack the whole season. So both those guys certainly deserved it. I think we had several other guys that should have been there. When you have the top defense and the top pass defense, and you only get one guy on there, and plus Jontre Kirkland led the league in receptions, and second in yardage, didn't make it. Our the leading rusher in the league, John Lovett from our team, didn't make it. So I'm really kind of peeved about the way they did it.
All right, well, there's a chip on your shoulder for this weekend. There you go. I was looking for that little chip here and there. Coach, thank you very much again for being with us. Have a safe trip to St. Louis, and good luck this weekend. We'll be pulling for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We'll do well.
All right. And, of course, it sounds to me like they made it over to Radio Shack to get the new helmet or something. Maybe that's where they went. Fix that thing. People are like, Radio Shack?
Yeah, I was going to say, where did they find a Radio Shack?
Well, you got to go somewhere.
An online, situation.
Coach Phillips knows what a Radio Shack is.
You know what? But I like that Coach Phillips has got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder there. He said, hey, look, a lot of you guys didn't make these all-UFL teams. And I thought a lot of these guys, as Coach mentioned, were definitely deserved. I was a little surprised to only see 2 guys, especially the top defense in the league, only get 1 guy on there. We interviewed Devontae. Remember we were out there at the Dome? Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good guy. Wish him luck. All right.
Do you think Coach stared down their field goal kicker this week at all?
Ooh. You notice we didn't bring that up. We didn't
not bring
I
that
didn't
up.
talk about that.
And I'll bring it up just for fun. RJ
They
and
go for it on 4th down.
Right. Exactly. Change the game plan. David and RJ, thank you guys.
Thank you.
941, 83 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Well, today is about honoring the men who stormed the beaches of Normandy 80 years ago and delivered the turning point of World War II. Still to come, a look at some of the ceremonies held, and we meet some of the veterans in France right now.
Summer season is here. Most of the kiddos, not all, are out of, what happened to my pen? There we go. Are out of school or will be soon, and great time of year to head to the beach.
Yeah, today is the last day for Northside Ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I knew
so
it was
they-
getting close.
Yeah.
So you know the beaches are going to get a lot more crowded,
Yes.
and that's okay. It's good beach weather this weekend if you're heading down to Port A, Rockport, Corpus Christi. The forecast is going to be hot, obviously, but lots of sun. It is good. A good time to head out to the beach. Water temperatures are 82 to 85. We're not expecting any rain down there, so temperatures will be in the low 90s. And bays, for the most part, will be pretty smooth on Saturday. Seas 2 to 3 feet, not too bad. Winds southeast 10 to 15. So enjoy your time down there if that's where you're headed. Maybe you're headed towards the river to do a little floating. Here's your tubing forecast. And as you know, the rivers and lakes have been suffering a little bit. Guadalupe is slow, but you can still certainly tube. It'll just take you a little more time. Comau also a little slower than usual. Obviously, there's always water in a Comau. It's always fun to float, but just know it's going to go a little slow. We have it kind of color-coded here for you. It's been a while since we've been up in that ideal range just because of the lack of rainfall. And obviously, the Frio still technically flowing, but it is very slow because of the lack of rainfall. Still, go enjoy the lakes and rivers. It's just a little harder with the current drought we have going on. And you see the latest drought monitor. I mean, this feels like it has not changed for 2 years now, but we are still within that extreme to severe drought from San Antonio and points west. So most of Bexar County is in a moderate. We've got some of the northwestern part in the severe, but it's Comfort, Kerrville, Bandera, Bernie, down to Medina Lake. Those are the areas that have been hit hardest by this drought. We know Medina Lake is at a record low. We didn't think it could go much lower, but it has, down to 2.5%. Here's a look at June, and we've started off on a very hot note, above average each and every day. We had that record last Tuesday. Today we'll be up near 100, so likely above average again. June is shaping up to be very hot, and so far a pretty dry month for us. 81 right now, 82 in New Braunfels, 79 Bernie, 80 in Kerrville. So temperatures are on their way up, and this is where I think we end up today. 100 in San Antonio, 100 Converse, 99 in Seguin. Some places will be a little hotter than that, and humidity is, there's just enough there to where we are going to create a heat index this afternoon. Feels like numbers will be 103, 104 during the afternoon. And our heat high, which is behind all of this, continues to kind of just meander over us. And with it this close, tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, we'll see temperatures right around that triple-digit mark, if not a little bit warmer. It's going to take until Monday for this to kind of move a little bit, maybe move enough to where it opens the door for maybe some disturbances to roll down and give us a chance for rain. Certainly not a guarantee, but about a 20% shot Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Something we'll keep our fingers crossed for because we can certainly use it. 101 Friday, 101 Saturday, 100 Sunday. We say lower humidity. Keep in mind that's in a relative sense, lower than what we have been seeing. So we're talking dew points in the low 70s versus upper 70s. And then there you see the rain chances showing up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And if you do go to the beach this weekend, lots of sunscreen.
Or you could go to the pool.
That too.
Yeah, right here.
Like
at the zoo.
We almost broke into your weathercast because we had a hippo sighting.
Yes.
Heyo, how about that?
Hippo cam. I was laughing because you were talking about the heat high with a big H.
Yeah.
I was like, H for hippo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timothy hanging out. The pool looks chill. He's still waiting for bar service.
Yes, I think so. Right there at the side of the
I wonder if they, sometimes they, different zoos, they feed them nice cold watermelons, whole watermelons.
Yes, they do. The other hippo's
the
next
other hippos right there to the far right?
Yeah. Top
Okay,
right
gotcha.
corner.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, they do. They've done videos of that with the watermelon.
That's what I thought. Yeah, our
Eat it in one
producer,
fell swoop.
Alex was at the San Antonio Zoo with her son yesterday. There they are. A nice dual appearance. So always a great day to go to our zoo.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Of course, today is June 6th, 2024. It has been a week full of observances in the UK and also in France. And there have been plenty of World War II heroes on hand.
Well, from paratroopers to candlelight vigils, this whole week has been dedicated to commemorating these heroes and their bravery 8 decades ago.
ABC's Danny New tells us more.
We are from Italy. In France this week, many nations are coming together to honor the men who 80 years ago today stormed the beaches of Normandy and delivered the turning point of World War II. Yesterday, 300 American, British, and Belgian paratroopers landed in a historic D-Day drop zone, where thousands of planes once delivered Allied soldiers to this pivotal battle.
It's absolutely a privilege to be here today. My great-great-uncle was here on D-Day, landed at Sword Beach.
Throughout the week, there have been vigils and lighting ceremonies. And even a moment for the pigeons. 250 were released yesterday to honor the many birds who carried messages for the Allies during the war. Another important flight this week, American Airlines tracking down and flying 68 World War II veterans from Dallas to Paris so they can revisit a place they have not been since they were maybe teenagers.
I think I'll be part of the ball, and the honor is so great to be able to go back.
One more World War II veteran landing in France this week is 100-year-old Harold Terrence, whose celebration will actually extend to the weekend with his fiancée. We first introduced you to Harold back in March.
That's all you get.
This Saturday, June 8th, Harold and Jean plan to marry in a city hall not far from the beaches where this former Air Force pilot once helped bring released prisoners of war back to Allied soil.
I think it's the most exciting time of my life.
By the way, unlike many of the others, Harold has actually been back to Normandy 3 times before, and he's met a president each time. He met President Clinton at the 50th anniversary, President Obama at the 70th, and President Trump at the 75th, and we know he deserves all the celebration and honoring. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Back to East Bexar County, where eastbound 10 is still closed right near 1604 due to a major accident. We're seeing that long line of cars, and they are barely moving out there. We also are seeing indications of slowdowns on the other side as well. Again, this is heading towards Seguin and Houston on I-10, heading out of San Antonio.
Oh, what a mess. And yeah, you can definitely see all the backups there on the TransGuide cameras. That it looks like it'll be there a while longer. All right, forecast for today. Temperatures will be up around 100, some slightly lower humidity. We're not going to get too excited about that because there still is going to be a heat index up around 104. Then I think our highest temperatures come tomorrow and Saturday as that heat high kind of centers over us. And then it tries to move out of the way just a little bit, which will bring temperatures down slightly and bring rain chances back into play Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
I know this time of year you also start kind of keeping an eye on the tropics. Any development off of Africa or anything yet?
Nothing, which is pretty wild because a lot of people have been saying, well, everyone's predicting an above average season. Right. So sometimes these things are delayed, but once they get started, then they can go gangbusters. But I think what's more interesting is that the Pacific has been really quiet. We'll see. It can change very quickly.
Got you. We want rain, but not crazy rain.
Right.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Join us tomorrow for GMSA at 9 on your Friday morning.